Hello and welcome to Budget Fishing and my first video of 2022. Second session on the bank this year. Been out once already, went down for a day session with one of the kids at Little Hayes back in January. Completely and utterly pointless day session. Very cold, no fish coming out, all fun and games. So today I am at Elton carp and catfishery. Never been here before, up near Gloucester, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Fish here go to roughly sort of £27 on the carp front, and they've got some cats in here up to, well, they've got some big number of cats in here, let's put it that way. I think the lake records are around about 60, mid-60s. I just turn it around. I'm peg 27 here. Like I said, I've never fished here before. Apparently this is one of the it's one of the bailiff's favourites, so I'd like to think it's a good peg and an in-demand one. But I'll just turn the camera around. So, as you can see, this lake is called Horseshoe. There's about 29 swims on it in total. It's basically, it is a giant horseshoe with the lake running all the way around with an island that separates it in the middle. I'd say it's probably 30 yards to the island from the bank, so not a massive area to fish from. Pegs 26 through to 23 are closed when it's busy, so I've got all the way up to peg 22 is effectively my water. There's a bloke in 28, so he's to the left of me as I'm speaking on this. But I've got my right hand rod is sort of over here somewhere. I've got the other one is over by the island over in peg 26, and then the other one is sort of down over here somewhere near the island. Bizarrely, I've been told that most fish come from open water here. Apparently the island doesn't tend to generate much. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I've also been told that most things are taking meaty or fishy sort of bait. So I'm running Pacific tuna on a couple, and then I've got a bit of a custom wafter on another, which is crab and tuna. So we'll see what happens on that front. So yeah, it was £20 for 24 hours. It's £10 for a day session, so I paid 30 quid, which most places at the moment you're normally paying that for a day. The only disgruntlement I've got at the moment is the track for the rest of the lake runs right next to my swim, so hopefully there won't be many people turning up here early morning. But it's now it's about 12 o'clock at midday. Fishing started at 10. I got my rods out and everything set up at about 11:15. I had to sort of mosey around to see what was going on. But yeah, let's see what happens, and I'll update you in due course. So, quick update on where we're at right now. It is 4 o'clock, just gone. There's been absolutely nothing happening. Had a couple of knocks on the left-hand rod, but yeah, very quiet at the moment. I've just had a little play with the fish finder to see what's about, where they are, and all that sort of stuff. Now there's absolutely stacks of fish in the swim. I was on the bottom on all three rods. I've had a look around, and they all seem to be about 2.5 foot depth. Now the lake itself is about 5 foot all the way through. So yeah, they're in mid-water at the moment. I have switched one to a sort of pop-up zig effort. It's about 2.5, 3 foot in length, covered, and it's just a bit of foam covered in Pacific tuna oil. So hopefully that will draw fruit before the daylight hours run out. When I was speaking to the bailiff earlier, he did say that this place tends to generate more at night. So fingers crossed. I can get enough light and everything with regards to filming or photographing any catches that happen. But yeah, so far very quiet. I've not seen anything come out, but like I say, absolutely stacks of fish in the swim. The weather's lovely. I've been sat outside sunning myself because I've gone a little bit pastier than I thought. I thought I was going to blind myself earlier when I got into the sun. So yeah, it's very quiet, but hey, it's better than being at work. So I just thought I'd run through a couple of bits and pieces. I've been asked an awful lot recently if the bite alarms, the NGT dynamic bite alarms, are actually any good. Now, I created that video about a year ago, and people are asking, am I still using them, have I had any issues, and whatever it may be. Now, I'll show you all the kit that I'm using in a minute. To start off with, turn it the right way around. As you can see, there's the light from the bite alarms. Currently sat in the bivvy. I have bed chair that I've been using for a while anyway. Well, that's the NGT, it's an NGT one anyway. That's me charging up the solar panel. But if I go over here, you've got the eBay bait boat with the fish finder behind it. That was a bit of a bastardised way of getting the fish finder on. Moving forward, still got the ultimate carp cradle. And as you can see, still using the NGT bite alarms. Also still using the Oakwood rod pods, the reels and everything that you can buy off Amazon, and the fishing rods. So more than happy to carry on using these. It's very much a case of using, I don't mind using the cheaper end of the market, providing it doesn't break on me, then I'm more than happy. I am half tempted with regards to upgrading a couple of bits and pieces soon, so if you've got any suggestions with regards to rods and reels, I'd like to use a 12-foot rod, currently running 2.75 sort of curve strength, test curve. I probably want to ramp that up to between 3 and 3.5. So any recommendations, pop them in the comments. But yeah, I do practice what I preach. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you that I am still using them. Receiver's in my pocket, that still does the job it's supposed to do, as you can see. Apart from it's not working, well, it is working, but there's no fish taking at the moment. So, but yeah, very much a case of yes, they're still working. Yes, they're perfectly fine. All I've had to do is change batteries. I've not had any issues with them at all. But yeah, fingers crossed there'll be a fish soon, because I want to fish from this place. I don't fancy a blank. Right, time now is nearly 8 o'clock and still nothing's happened. There's been one fish show over by the island. Apparently one of the guys at the other end of the lake has had one, but that's been it. It has been very, very, very quiet. Like I said, the bailiff did mention that they tend to come on at night. It is starting to darken down a little bit, as you might be able to see. But yeah, there's now a 50% chance of rain for the next couple of hours, so cue all the kit getting wet. I suppose a positive note is 50% chance it won't, but yeah, it has been a very, very quiet one. But yeah, fingers crossed tonight will be a busy one. But yeah, hopefully something will come out to play soon. Right, so it's 6:20 in the morning. I've actually slept almost all night. I had a couple of little knocks during the night. There was one about 1 o'clock in the morning, one about 3. But yeah, I've actually slept all night and it's been very, very quiet. I think the guy to my left may have had one last night, but I don't know if that's me dreaming of fish or if he actually had one. He's not up, so I haven't asked him. But I've gone out, I've reset the rods. I actually left them out yesterday for nigh on the full 18 hours. Yeah, everything was still on there when I brought them in this morning. It was, I don't get it. Just don't get it today at the moment, but we'll see what happens a little bit later on. There is currently a stunning sunrise coming through, as you can see there. I mean, very, very picturesque this morning. I've just put some fresh bait out onto the areas as well. I'm hoping something's been feeding at some point, but otherwise I'm just putting it, well, otherwise there's just going to be a big bed of bait out there somewhere. But yeah, stunning sunrise this morning. I'm here till, I'm booked on until about 5, but I'll probably end up going at about 3 just due to the fact that I've got an hour and 15-minute drive home. And as it's Easter Monday, I don't want to catch any of the holiday traffic. But fingers crossed, at some point I'll get to show you a fish. I've seen a couple show yesterday, but it's been, apart from that, it's been very, very quiet. So once again, let's see. So time now, just gone 10 o'clock, still no fish. Guy to the left of me did lose one this last night, apparently got it to the net and it spat the hook. I'm looking at fish showing in front of me at the moment. I'll see if I can actually, but they're all on the surface, but ghosty or something. It's not going to show up on the camera, is it? But they're all on the surface. They've had freebies thrown out to see if we can get anything to trigger a bite. Nothing. It's one of those sessions, I think. I'm on the fish. I've found the fish. It's just not been able to get the fish. So, but yeah, the couple of guys there were 6 guys across a handful of pegs at the other end of the lake. I had a chat with them this morning. They had one yesterday during the day and one last night across the 6 of them, and that's it. Very, very quiet. Down there you can see one bivvy down there. There's another one to the left of that. I haven't seen anything come up from down that way, but just to sort of have a quick show around the complex. So that's where you come in over there. You've got there's an honesty box with what peg you're on over there. That's what they call the knot shop. Now that's got some a few bits of bait and stuff like that in their own baits and things. The first peg you come to is 29, followed by 28, which is where the chap was this morning, followed by mine, which is 27. Then it goes round. Obviously, the next 4 pegs are closed because it's been busy, so they close those pegs. And then, as you can see at the other end of the lake there, I think that's 22. That's where the chap had one yesterday. But yeah, so I've effectively got all the water up to that peg there now. So I'm sort of halfway down the lake in the middle. I put the finder out this morning, found a school of fish. But yeah, there was no joys, or no joy so far. There's a couple surfacing just over here. I don't know how well these will show up on the film or not, but yeah, the fish are in the area, but they're at the top and I'm not, and they're not feeding. I don't know, it's one of those at the moment. Hopefully things will, I'm going to stay here till about 1 o'clock ish, but yeah, hopefully things will pick up, and hopefully I'll have a fish to show. There they are. And all sat there. There's a lovely ghosty of some sort down there. I can't really tell what it is. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. They're all on the surface and none of them are feeding at all. So very, very frustrating. My rod is actually sort of just down over here somewhere. So yes, my other one is to the left. by quite a bit, but yeah, there they are, basking in the sun, deciding not to eat anything. As you can see, they're not even coming up, they are literally just round and round in circles, sunning themselves up. Hopefully they'll come on the feed in a bit, but yeah, let's find out. So back after finishing the that session up at Elton, I can say that yeah, it was a very, very quiet one. Spoke to a few people around the lake after I'd packed up. They turned around and mentioned that it had switched off. They'd been there for a handful of days. It fished really well over the weekend, and then the morning that I got there, it basically turned off. So a quiet one, but it looks like a very good venue. But yeah, if you like the video, please feel free to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and put any comments you have in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.